live? Like, have I run into another technical difficulty?
Oh, there you go. Wait. On your side?
Oh, it's probably going to be a delay.
Oh, okay.
That's why. Okay. We thought there was some technical difficulty with the stream, but it seems like we're good to go. Corvus is there. He can tell me if there's a problem. So in my live studio audience, I have Hope, who is visiting from out of town, and her twin sister Heather, who lives near me. And so after this, we're going to go get some lunch. And I do have questions for them regarding this recipe. Before we get started, I'll show you. Let me go to this. So I have a box of all the family recipes, right? And so I found in there these old versions of the recipe. And I kind of rewrote it, and I think this is going to be controversial, but I kind of rewrote it a little bit, the instructions themselves, not the ingredients. And I will tell you why in a minute. The first thing we're going to do is start slicing up our strawberries. Let me try to get this a little more centered in the camera. There we go. So, Hope, have you made this before?
It's been a while.
Did you ever make it with Granny?
I'm sure I did. Oh, and you're supposed to?
Does she quarter them?
No, Mom always sliced them so they were pretty, like you're slicing them.
Oh, okay.
That's what she said. Because I asked her one time why she cut them like that.
Oh.
She said she thought they looked prettier.
They do look pretty that way. So the instructions, if you wouldn't mind, Hope, reading the instructions there.
You want? Okay.
Yeah.
Put into a large bowl the butter, sugar, eggs.
Yeah, the butter, sugar, eggs in a large bowl.
Yeah, salt, flour, baking powder.
Mm-hmm.
Using your hands, mix
Using
it into
your hands.
smooth dough. Oh yeah, I've seen Granny do that.
Great, you remember Granny?
Yeah, she
Mixing
did a lot
it
of
with her
baking with her
hands.
hands. She made her biscuits with her hands.
Well, I thought maybe, so I heard this, I was listening to this guy tell a story on, just on YouTube somewhere, about how when he was dating his, like, now wife and mother of his children, it was their, like, 1-year anniversary, and he wanted to do something special, so he's making a family recipe. I wanted to say it was a cheesecake. And he'd gotten, the instructions from his mom. She's like, just follow everything to the letter. And so one of the instructions was to fold in by hand something. So his girlfriend walks in, and he's like up to his wrist in the batter, folding in with his hands.
Ooh, he followed the recipe to a T.
He followed it to what he was told to do, follow it to the letter, and it would not be a problem. And so that's what he was doing. So I always wondered, we have this typed up in a different document that another sister put together years ago. And I always wondered, if by hand, maybe that just means like stir it with a spoon and not like with a mixer, so it doesn't get too tough, right? But
I mean, we could try that.
But if you recall, Granny,
I definitely remember her doing that with biscuits.
Definitely the biscuits, I get that.
I don't remember Mom doing it with her hands. But this clearly is in Granny's handwriting and says mix with hands.
Mix with hands. Well,
that is just as clear as about right there.
I mean, you're welcome to do that. I've rewritten the instructions just because it felt weird and I didn't want to ask people to do that at home, but knock yourselves out if you want to mix it by hand.
I always did it by hand.
Heather did it by hand. Amy does it by hand. So that leaves
I think you're outnumbered.
a few more siblings to ask them. I'm outnumbered, clearly, but we'll see. So we'll see how it goes.
See how it goes.
Like I have done it this way with a mixer, a hand mixer. I'm mixing it by hand.
Mixer. She just left off the word.
Yeah, exactly. She meant to say hand mixer. And so we'll see. You guys can taste test it and let me know what you think. If it's better or worse, or it may just be worse because it's not right. It's not the traditional nostalgic way of doing it, and it won't have the same feel.
Well, you know what? You may just get in there and decide maybe I should do this with my hands, and you're like free to do that in the middle of cooking, right?
I am in theory, but I'm not a huge fan of stuff on my hands. It drives me nuts.
Well, I can understand.
I mean, I can do it. I
I mean, like the stuffing got mixed by hand.
Yeah, I think I
you're
mixed
like
it
up
with
to
a
your
spoon.
How do you mix your stuffing with the spoon?
It takes determination
Yeah, I guess so.
and willpower. All right, these are almost done. I was doing these.
Remember, lots of hand washing.
Yeah.
Lots of messy hands.
The cutting's not totally.
Oh, it's hard because the camera, and then it's like way over there. So I'm doing these first because we're going to stir in sugar, and that starts getting all of the macerating the strawberries and getting all the juices thickened. And so we want to do that first and give it time to get nice and thick before we top our strawberry shortcake with it. So let me get this out of the way real quick. This, and we're going to want to rinse my hands because I have strawberry on my hands and I can't handle it.
There it goes. She started, everyone.
I'm saying this part was never in any of the instructions. There's no information about the amount of strawberries. Okay, so I did a quart, and then there's no information about the amount of sugar. So I'm doing like 2 tablespoons. Probably adjust that to your liking. If you so desire, that would be fine. I'm gonna need the sugar in a minute, so I'm gonna leave it out. I'm gonna stir this up. And then eventually it'll become like strawberry syrupy in here. And that's so nice drizzled on the finished shortcake. Wow. Okay, put this in the fridge if I have space.
Oh, I found another recipe.
Another
Strawberry shortcake.
You did?
Yep.
Is it different?
Nope. Using your hands, mix it into a smooth dough. That's 3 carbs, Virginia.
I'm gonna say that the heat from your hands helps create the butter.
Well,
and
sure, but
yeah.
I'm going to. I mean, I get it. I'm just not going to do it. All right.
I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing it, Heather. Okay, so the next step is I've got my scale because I weigh my ingredients. We're going to put the dry ingredients together. It says to sift, so I've got a little strainer there. And watch, this is probably not going to be enough flour in my container, but I have some flour standing by, a bag of it, so 240 grams. Yep, definitely not enough in here. Stand by. I didn't want to like do the thing where you take the little bit of flour that's left in the canister out and then put the other flour underneath. I could have, but I didn't do it. I apologize. Oh my gosh. Okay. 240. This is gonna.
So the nice thing about this is you don't have to wait for it to cool, correct? You can just
Correct.
dig in.
You can. I remember eating it
I
warm.
like it warm.
Um,
And I'm hungry.
Yeah. And you're hungry? Okay, good, because you'll see you'll see what I've done.
Here's the brown rice.
My sisters are going through a box full of all the old family recipes and reminiscing and maybe finding something for next week, but if not, we'll do something pumpkin related. Hope,
Oh, okay.
what is the end of summer considered? Is that
August 22nd is the first day of fall.
August? So it already started.
No, September 22nd.
Oh, September 22nd. Okay. All right. So that's my 240 grams of flour, sifted.
You know what I've been thinking about?
What's that?
The lemon pound cake.
Lemon pound cake. Okay. Because I was gonna say if we didn't find anything from the box, we could do something pumpkin related. But if it's not officially fall yet, we'll wait on the pumpkin. So yeah, we could do lemon pound cake. All right. A teaspoon of baking powder. A And then a half a teaspoon of salt, and I actually pre-measured that.
There's a sour cream pound cake.
Sour cream pound cake. Wasn't it usually like the sour cream pound cake and then do a lemon glaze?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I'm going to stir all this up so the powdered, the baking powder and the salt is like incorporated throughout the flour, so that it's faster to stir up into the wet ingredients later. Speaking of which, we are ready for the wet ingredients. No. Oh my gosh, I skipped a step. We're gonna prepare the pan, the baking pan first, okay? This one I have these ridges in the bottom that are supposed to help keep things from sticking. Do they do that? Maybe, but I still grease the pan just in case, and I'm gonna layer it with, and I did this yesterday as a test run, and because of those ridges, this paper that's pre-cut to size does not stick in place. It slides all over the dang place. So I guess that's a good sign that, like, if you weren't to line the pan, you would probably be okay. But I'm paranoid, so I'm lining the pan. I'm greasing the lining. Okay, so our pan is ready. Set that aside. Clean my fingers, which are now buttery. Okay, clean up a little bit. What was I gonna say? So lemon pound cake. Okay. Are you seeing anything in the box?
Well,
I've seen pound cake in there for sure.
I found the sour cream pound cake. Isn't that what they always say?
Yeah.
So I have that.
All right, into our wet ingredients, it's going to be 1 stick of butter. That's half cup of butter. Also, it is 113 grams of butter. However you do that sort of thing, okay? And then for sugar, 1 cup, it's 198 grams of sugar.
It's on the Soloria
It is? Okay.
Oh my gosh, I just found one of my favorite things that Grady used to make. Remember when she would do that, like, layer, like, the Italian beef, and then she'd make put the sauce on it, and then she'd put the cheese on it, and then she'd make fettuccine Alfredo.
Yes.
I just found it.
Like a cube steak.
I have thought of that a billion
Yes, I
times.
just found it.
Do we make it tonight?
Maybe.
It's
might
cube
have-
steak, right? She would make it with
Yes.
cube
Yeah.
steak?
Delicious.
So yummy.
Or I remember it as delicious.
I remember it as delicious. Like,
I
it
mean,
was
it's
so-
Prego spaghetti sauce.
Yeah, right?
Oh, I would have never known.
I remember that it was
I remember.
Prego, but it's delicious.
It's so good. And provolone. She always used provolone cheese on it.
Provolone cheese.
Not mozzarella.
Okay, so
Oh my gosh.
we're
this is
going
really
to, instead of putting everything
But it's
in here at one time and mixing it with our hands, I'm going to take a hand mixer and cream the sugar and butter together. Then we'll add 1 egg at a time and mix that in. This is softened, unsalted butter. Since there's not like a consistent amount of salt among the brands, like they all use different amounts, you can't really know it, and then therefore control the amount of salt that's going into your bakes. So it's always a good idea to use unsalted butter. That's what I use. Oh, there we go. It's so weird. Do you see how far I'm having to stretch my arms to get? I need like a different kind of tripod that gets the camera further, closer to me and where I would normally naturally be working. And then this camera is looking, because if I turn this camera in, it catches this camera in it. I'll keep tweaking my setup as I go. But so far everything's working. going to do this over here. I like to crack my eggs in some other container so I can catch any broken shells that might get into the batter before they get into the batter. And then because I kind of make a little bit of a mess, I usually put it on something. So in this case, it's on top of the butter wrapper. Waste not, want none. Okay, one. I've never been, see, there's a shell in there. You see it? Yeah, so now I'm gonna easily be able to get that out of there, and it's not in my batter.
What about some pies? She do some pies.
We could do
Like
pies.
the lemon meringue pie. Or coconut cream pie.
The coconut pie. Okay, egg number 2. These are room temperature so they don't like seize up the butter. Alright, we're good, no shells. Okay, so as we talked about last week with adding your flour ingredients to your dry ingredients of the flour mixture to the wet ingredients, like the more you mix that, the tougher it could become. So I'm just going to do bare minimum to get this all the flour fully incorporated. I'm just going to do on low. Should I be doing this with my hands? My sisters are giving me looks. They're giving each other looks.
We sure did. Well, you can tell it wasn't about me. That she didn't get wrong.
So
Actually, I don't
just
think you
enough.
can make this wrong.
Yeah, it's a pretty forgiving recipe. You're gonna douse this thing with strawberries and strawberry syrup and whipped cream and
I like it because I don't like any other strawberry shortcake base than this.
I know.
Like
Okay.
those angel food cups and stuff. Or sometimes people use biscuits. I'm like, no.
yeah,
A biscuit, like a can.
maybe a scone because scones are
Maybe, but maybe.
Once you've had this though, just forget it.
Yeah.
this is like, I think of this as like a giant sugar cookie.
But it's chew.
It's more cake-like than a cookie, but it's just kind of like a giant sugar cookie.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got to, after we do this part, I've got to wash these because I need them for the Cool Whip. Oh my gosh. Whipped cream. Oh, so I don't know if you could hear my sisters just then, but we were talking about other strawberry shortcake bases.
This is the only one you will ever need.
We think this is the best. It doesn't make sense to any of us to use biscuits, and I know people use biscuits as a strawberry shortcake. Now, I do like a good buttery biscuit with strawberry jam.
Yeah, but that's a biscuit with
But
jam.
that's a biscuit with jam. It's different. All right, we're just gonna.
Well, the other thing, people use those angel food cups, and when you put
And
the strawberry on, it just turns to total
to
mush.
mush. Okay, the Angel Food cups. If anyone at home has ever tried those, let us know what you think. We think they just turn to mush once you put the strawberry and the syrup on it.
I can't see what you're doing.
Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Sorry. Okay, I'm just scooping out the batter into the bowl,
Yeah, the nice thing about
And
this is it soaks up
from the
all
bowl into the cake pan.
juice, but it keeps there's still texture there. It doesn't just turn into just like a slimy mush.
And then this will not. It's thick enough that when it warms up, it does not find the level in the pan. Like it doesn't go liquidy enough to do that. So we're gonna need to try to spread it out.
So this is where I've always done, and Granny showed me.
Okay.
So wet your hands,
Wet your hands.
pat down the top smooth with wet hands. It won't stick to your fingers,
Do you want me to wash my hands?
Oh my Lord, Granny. No.
but it'll smooth, and then the top comes out smooth.
Granny's going to be very disappointed in me right now, I'm sure.
Oh, I don't think she ever felt disappointed in us, ever.
That's true. She was the best Granny.
She was the best.
I wonder if some of that, you think it was like from a case of just growing up not having fancy tools like we have now, or
Well, yeah,
hand
they
mixers,
had
you
a
had to
machine.
do the kind of mixer where you crank it the whole time, and so you might as well just do it with your hands. You know what I mean? Like, was it a kind of like a convenience thing back in the, because she was born in the 20s, so she would have gone through the Great Depression. Okay, so this is going to go into the oven, which we've preheated to 350. This will go in there for 25 minutes until it's like a light golden brown. And while that is doing
I haven't had this in a long time.
thing, I'm glad you're here to help me eat some of it. While that's doing its thing, we are going to get the, I keep wanting to say Cool Whip. It's not Cool Whip, I'm making legit
Whipping
whipped cream. No Cool Whip around here. So again, this is sort of a, I don't know that I've ever measured this before, but for the sake of writing out a recipe, I'm saying 1 cup of whipped cream to a tablespoon of sugar, but you can adjust that as you want. So a cup of whipped cream, heavy whipping cream, is 227 grams. Okay, we went a little over, and I'm okay with that. And then 2 tablespoons, and what did I do with them? Of sugar to sweeten it up a little bit. No, we'll say 1 tablespoon. I like things on the sweet side. But I know, like in British baking, like if you ever watch the Great British Baking Show,
Yeah.
they never sweeten their whipped cream stuff. Okay, I've got to wash really quick. Let me go to the, put a little music on, or do you want to just put a little music on? Give me a moment. And we're back. I just had to wash the hand mixer heaters from the batter that we just made. I wonder if I can buy, can you buy just like spare sets of these? I should do.
I would be happy to
You
sell you.
would- Then I could do things like this back to back. Okay, and so I'm just gonna whip the heck out of this until it's thick. Can you do this by hand? Yes. With a whisk? Have I done it? Yes. Is it
It doesn't
time
say that
consuming?
in the
Yes.
recipe to mix your whipped cream by hand.
Don't use a whisk, not with your fingers. That surely Granny would not have tried to whip cream with her actual hands. This can take a minute. One of these recipes actually said you could top your strawberry shortcake with thickened whipped cream. So, but it doesn't say how they thickened it, so I'm guessing sugar and maybe just some whisking, and not, the more you whisk, the more volume it's gonna have. And eventually you can whisk the heck out of it and turn it into butter, so we're not going to do that. But like, it looks thicker, so you could just drizzle this on like a creme anglaise. Oh my gosh, I'm flicking whipping cream towards my computer. Let me try to keep that from happening. Gonna need like some sort of shield. Oh no. Oh, Emily, hi!
Hi, baby.
Emily's here. That's Hope's daughter. She's joining us from Michigan. That's the thing. You're having actual seasons there, which I'm jealous. Because growing up in Florida, which you did grow up in Florida, like this idea of when is the end of summer and the beginning of fall, it's a foreign concept. It's just more of the same around here. Slightly less hot. Let me turn this up a notch. I don't want to get whipped cream everywhere. I probably should have had a bigger bowl, but this one is cute and pink. Hey, if we go after lunch, can we go shopping? Like maybe at Home Goods or something? I could look for some bigger bowls.
Sure.
Okay. Alright, this is definitely starting to thicken up. Again, I don't know if you can see in it. Yeah, you can see like the ridges that the beaters are leaving behind. So very close. Sorry for the racket. Soft peaks, so we'll go a little bit longer. I feel like homemade whipped cream is like one of those things where I think we'll go with that. It's so easy to make, like that was it, that you can make it and tell people, you can impress people. They don't know how easy it is to make. You're like, oh yeah, that's some homemade whipped cream. Would you like that on your dessert? Could I be making more of a mess right now? That's what I want to know. I just got that hand towel in the whipped cream. Okay. Now so last week, when we did the donuts, they were only cooking for 15 minutes, so I did actually bake them live. And then we chatted and made coffee or something in between. Since this was 25 minutes, I felt that might be a bit of a stretch to fill that time. So I went ahead and I made one last night. So I have here a completed shortcake, turned out from the pan. So after the 25 minutes, when you pull it from the oven, you can leave it in the pan for 5 to 10 minutes, then turn it out. I just put like a plate on top of the pan, flipped it, and then turned that onto a rack so that the rack, like if you were to put it directly on the rack, you'd have like the little rack lines in the top of your shortcake. And so this way, I know it's the details. And then when it's on the plate upside down, you can then also peel off the paper, right? And then put it on the rack, let it cool or not. We're used to eating it warm. This obviously was made last night, so it's not warm. Sorry, girls. I'm gonna get the strawberries.
Kendra's here.
Kendra!
Kendra's watching? Oh my gosh, Kendra!
Hey.
You made whipped cream using a fork? Oh my lord.
gosh.
How long did that take? Why am I yelling?
I would call call that the whipped cream queen right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I usually end up making it, we do Thanksgiving at Heather's house, and I'll make the desserts and stuff, the pie. And I like whipped cream on my pecan pie, so I'll whip cream over there so it's nice and fresh. And then it's usually a case of like, yeah, I'm standing there with a whisk, and it takes like 8-ish minutes, 7-8 minutes, but that's not nearly as bad as with a fork. Crazy. All right, so to put this together, can I do this maybe? Let me try something. That there, that out of the way. And then sisters, did y'all want some of this now, or are we waiting till after lunch? Now, okay.
No.
All right.
On that breakfast.
So the recipes say this serves 6. I'm going to cut this into half and then like a third and a third. And then Granny would slice them open like that.
Yes.
Put one on the plate, top it with strawberries and some juice, which these strawberries have only been in the fridge for, what was that, 10, maybe 15 minutes. You can see there's already a bit of juice happening from the juices, like a thickened syrup. The longer this would be in there, the thicker it would get. So some strawberries on there. Put the lid on, some more strawberries, and then whipped cream.
That, my friend, is the best strawberry shortcake you will ever eat.
Okay, so that's one sister. Small for Heather, okay.
Eat all that.
Yeah, it does kind of like, I like lots of the juice on it because it sort of breaks down the cake a little bit. These are not staying on top, sorry. Look, I'm not a food stylist, okay?
Oh, I'm gonna eat it.
Heather, and then I'll do the other half of the small one. Hey, cousin. Yeah, you'll have to let me know if you make this sometime. Krishna, hi! Oops, I put that on upside down. Aw, thanks for watching, you guys. All right, sisters. I'm gonna try it. Tell me what you think. Let's close your eyes and remember what Granny's was like, and then try this and tell me what you think.
Oh my gosh, it's so pretty.
So many strawberries. Oh, strawberry emojis. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Did you mix that by hand? Just kidding. Oh my gosh, so good.
Right? Does it?
Oh yeah.
Is the texture wildly different? I mean, the flavor would be the same.
No, it's amazing.
That's good? Okay. All right, Granny. Sorry I didn't use my hands.
Just can't do it.
I can't do it. I just can't. It was bad enough having some butter on there for a little bit. Okay. Thank you for joining today. Next week we will do a lemon pound cake. I'll get the recipe together and put it in the description for next week's live stream. If you make this ever, please come back and follow along with the recipe, and then let me know in the comments how it came out and what you thought about it. And if you don't mind, well, then go to, there we go. And if you don't mind, if you enjoyed this at all, please like the video. That's so helpful. Consider subscribing to the channel for more live baking episodes on Sundays at 11 Eastern Standard Time. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.